What's good with y'all, man? This is Davonnie, and shoot, this is another YMDR video, y'all. How y'all been, man? I ain't got to talk to y'all in a minute, just about what's been going on with YMDR, and a little bit of that is just because, you know, some stuff is kind of escalated as far as it goes, just different things like, you know, the creativity stuff and just all types of different things. And so, you know, I didn't really get to talk to y'all as much about, you know, YMDR and its transitions and different stuff like that. But yeah, y'all, now I'm using this free time to do this now, you know, because I got time to do it, you know, so that's why I'm on this mug and I'm telling y'all about it. So let's get into it. What we're gonna first talk about is YMDR is now YMDR FCI. You know, what y'all don't know about FCI is what actually the basis of YMDR, because what y'all don't know is last year what I used to call YMDR was a freedom of expression group. So that was what it was kind of at first, sort of thing. And so I called it just a freedom of expression group because I didn't really know how to really put it together and compile all of what it was and stuff like that. And so that's why it was considered to be a freedom of expression group, you feel me? So as time kind of progressed, I went and, you know, God kind of helped me understand that it was literally called FCI, which is Faith, Creativity, Independent Media. And I think he picked these three things in general because that's what he saw me doing when I went to people's shows and concerts and was filming their concerts and stuff like that, is that, you know, I was doing it on a budget, and I was doing it on the sense of, like, you know, wanting to get to know the artists in this city. And so, you know, God kind of told me that was pretty much what YMDR was altogether, through faith, creativity, independent media. Now, the reason why I think this is an important part of YMDR is because faith, you know, as far as it goes in Indiana, is something some people, you know, as far as it goes, getting in the field of trying to get to know other artists that don't necessarily believe kind of the same thing, is that's something that most people don't do in Indiana. You know, they don't stay here. They don't stay here and kind of engage with the artist culture here. You know, they more or less are doing shows and other stuff like that, going out doing those things rather than trying to actually engage with the people here. And so YMDR kind of does that in the process of trying to just get to know these different people and allowing them to kind of be invited into the sense of our faith and what we actually do through the talents that God has given us. And so faith is an important part of that. You know, the creativity in it too, you know, is just something that has to do with, you know, a little bit of the fact that, you know, we are, you know, creative human beings. You know, from what I understand, you know, God made us to be able to make a bunch of things and do it in such a way that it's life changing. It's something that we can use for the betterment of others and things of that nature. So that's pretty much what it is used for. Independent media, you know, independent media, I feel, struck me a little bit in this process of what God was telling me that YMDR was, is because independent media means you have creative freedom to kind of do the stuff that you want to do. And, you know, I kind of think, you know, the reason why this is a part of YMDR in that sense is because, you know, creative freedom makes it where it's more or less something that you're not having to do under a sense of, more or less, you appreciate people's talent. So I think that when you're able to do stuff more for the artist and understand the artist on the level more than just music, you're able to kind of appreciate the artist, not because he just makes money, not because he just does this, not because he just does that, but because he does a lot more than just create the content that he creates. He's using the content to create what he creates, but his mindset and the way that he does things is entirely something that is bigger than what he is painting the picture of to you. And so I think independent media helps in the process of letting believers who do the stuff that they do, allowing them to kind of be able to do that, because of the fact that, you know, in the music industry, or even in the industry in general, you know, people are always subject to this sense of wanting to sell their soul to the devil. And, you know, I mean, I know that most people have this subject of thinking that's something that may not be true, or may, you know, be up in arms or whatever. But it is something that I think a lot of artists have kind of come to when it comes down to certain stuff. And I mean, I'm not saying that, oh, no, I'm going to point some fingers because I don't really know. But at the end of the day, you know, that is something that seems like it's creeping its way into a lot of what we hear about when we talk about the industry. And so independent media allows you to not use your talents to control the senses of the people through the system. You're more or less doing it because you want to give people good entertainment, good clean entertainment. You know, that's pretty much what I think YMDR would be if I was to tell you otherwise, is that it really is just good clean entertainment that is not necessarily, I think, trying to teach you to have some symbolic things to it or whatever. It's just something that is good clean entertainment, just stuff that you can get some content out of, and it is actually done under a scale that is honest and not under this scale of kind of like sneaking little things in there, little things out. And I think that's just pretty much why, you know, I go the independent route as an artist, and I do the stuff that I do to kind of get to know the artists in the city through an independent level, is because I want them to know that when it comes to the industry or whatever, you don't always have to go to the route of the industry for what you do. You can always make your own stuff and just put your own stuff out there, and most people will feel that if they know exactly what you're trying to get across with the message that you're trying to convey. And so that's pretty much why, you know, what has kind of transitioned and what has happened with YMDR now. So as far as it goes, people who join YMDR, this is obviously something still for Indianapolis, Indiana people who want to join YMDR, but this is also, YMDR now is for content, you know, that is centered around that whole thing, which is faith, creativity, independent media. So if I ever was to get YMDR, something that people will want to really be a part of, it would be something that they would have to go through. If they were on the website, you know, they'd be going through just the idea of FCI. So you would get this FCI sheet, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of what the FCI you know, mark of a little bit of it, because I printed a whole bunch of sheets and I accidentally printed like too many. I printed like a lot of them for some reason or another. I have no idea why. But yeah, y'all. This is what the FCI sheet looks like. So it's just this little line paragraph that kind of just tells you some stuff about YMDR. It tells you some stuff about FCI just in general. You know, it breaks it down. You know, I don't think this sheet is on the website, I would say. You know, it's just a sheet that I think I would give you if you were to want to check it out, because ultimately it's just a sheet that is highlighting just that, you know, FCI is not necessarily anything separated from YMDR. You know, so when you see the symbol of FCI, you know, this is just the symbol of FCI. You know, I just made this and drew it, you know, but it is not something that I think is separated from YMDR. It is something that is exactly YMDR. It's just I think it's more or less like the values of YMDR. So that's why, you know, I put it in this sort of formatted way where you see it in that way. But yeah, y'all, I hope y'all can get an idea and understand that this is pretty much what I have kind of transitioned into. You know, I'm still looking for believers who want to just check out the website and check out just different things they want to get involved with YMDR. I'm still looking for just people who want to just engage this culture in a way that can be under a platform that's safe and secure, you know, because that's really pretty much what the goal is of YMDR. You know, I've been putting and grinding and putting all the money into this sort of stuff just to kind of do that sort of thing, so that I can help people in this sort of way, to just provide something that can kind of help the society and the artists here in this sort of way, to kind of give them a community platform in this sort of way that can be used to kind of just engage the culture of the people here and do it in such a way that it's not really religious, but do it in such a way that it can just be done to give them an example of what a believer actually is, rather than just trying to, I would say, force the gospel down people's throats. So yeah, y'all, that's pretty much all I wanted to tell y'all today about YMDR, man, and about what's been going on. That's pretty much all that has been going on. I've just been making little promos and stuff, and you might see a promo video probably sometime, you might see the promo video of this where I'm painting a hat or whatever, probably between after this video, maybe even, you know, in the midst of it, you know, you may see it. But yeah, y'all, just keep the updates as far as it goes. You know, you can go to my Facebook and just different social medias that'll be down in the description, or, you know, they'll be on the website as well. You can just do that, and that's where you'll find out where they're at if you want to get more information. So yeah, y'all, I hope y'all all have a good and blessed day, and I'll just be checking with y'all later, man. I hope everybody has been doing all right. I know I probably said it already, but you know, I just wanted to make sure, because I ain't really been on this mug. I know I had some personal stuff going on, and so that's just pretty much why I had to kind of get my mind a little right, and why you didn't see me on this mug for the most part, just because I had to kind of get my mind straight. So yeah, y'all, I hope y'all all have a good day, and I'll be talking to y'all later. Peace out, man.